Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another banging video. In this video, we're going to talk about Candace Owens uncovering Hollywood's plot to take down Harvey Weinstein in a Me Too movement. Candace Owens is saying that she has uncovered the plot that Hollywood used to take down Harvey Weinstein. In case you are not aware, Harvey Weinstein is the Hollywood producer that was at the center of a Me Too movement. So many women came out to accuse him of sexual assault and harassment. We had people like, I believe, Angelina Jolie, I know Demi Moore for sure, Paris Hilton, like a slew of women came out and they basically said that they were harassed, assaulted by Harvey Weinstein. There were also women who had gotten movie roles who had to meet him in his hotel room, and he basically gave them an ultimatum. It's either we smash, you get the role, or you leave and that's it, you don't get the role. Now, Candace Owens is saying that she has uncovered Hollywood's plot, how they took down Harvey Weinstein, and she is going to do a series dedicated to exposing all of it. And she's saying that she knows that Harvey Weinstein is definitely no saint. He's a horrible person, an individual that lacks morals and values. But how is it that Harvey Weinstein went from being the god of Hollywood to now being a disgraced former producer who has lost so much? So she is saying that you can literally see the chain of connection, the chain of the plotted Me Too movement that they orchestrated in taking him down. And I'm going to share this clip with you guys so that, because she had a lot to say, she had quite a lot to say, and she hasn't even started the series as yet. So let's take a look at this clip together, shall we? And then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
Well, what I want to tell you guys is that I have had some conversations with someone, a once upon a time very powerful someone, and I am now going to jog your memory on who exactly it is that I'm speaking about. The subject of my next series. Take a listen.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day.
Who is Harvey Weinstein? Or better yet, who was Harvey Weinstein? Harvey Weinstein was born in 1952 to Miriam and Max Weinstein, a diamond cutter from New York. Harvey grew up in Flushing, Queens, and then attended State University at Buffalo College before deciding to drop out and form a music production company with his brother, Bob Weinstein. They were focused on the independent production of rock concerts through the 1970s. But in 1979, the brothers pivoted and formed Miramax, a company they had named after their parents, which had a focus on independent films. They received their big break into the industry in 1990 with the biographical drama My Left Foot, which earned the company its first pair of Academy Awards. The Hollywood floodgates had opened. Miramax went on to produce a string of critically acclaimed films, including The Crying Game, Pulp Fiction, The English Patient, Life is Beautiful, Shakespeare in Love, and Chicago, to name a few.
Chicago!
This led to an unprecedented 10 years in a row of producing an Oscar-nominated film for Best Picture.
I would like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
Especially Harvey.
Harvey and Bob Weinstein.
I want to thank the Mashbuka Weinstein.
An analysis found that Harvey Weinstein had been thanked or praised 34 times, as many times as God. And that makes sense when you come to understand that within the pagan culture of statue worship, Harvey Weinstein was a god.
I just want to thank my agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
With seemingly unlimited access to not only A-list actors, but also heads of state. He had it all: power, wealth, and artistic success. This meant that within Tinseltown, Harvey could make or break a career, and no one knew that better than Harvey.
If I see one car, me and Bob De Niro will take care of it, but good.
Have a good night, man.
Never work in this town, will never sell a photograph anywhere.
But cracks began to emerge. First with rumors of impropriety spun as jokes.
Congratulations, you 5 ladies no longer have to pretend to be attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
Of course, Harvey had built up a wall of political power around him that seemed impossible to penetrate. thanks in large part to his philanthropic endeavors, as well as his relationships with leading politicians. That is until the fall of 2017, when Harvey's world came crashing down. On October 5th, two reporters from the New York Times, Megan Twohey, yes, that Megan Twohey, and Jodi Kantor, published a report detailing decades of sexual abuse. This report was followed up by Ronan Farrow publishing a piece in The New Yorker. Suddenly, more than 80 women began publicly accusing Harvey Weinstein of sexually abusing or sexually assaulting them. The media went into a frenzy. The Me Too movement had been ignited. In the blink of an eye, Harvey Weinstein lost his company, his marriage, and eventually his freedom, trading in red carpets for perp walks. A-list actors and actresses did an about-face.
It's just that horrible ass boil that does not go away.
Hollywood turned its back on their beloved Harvey. But was the public told the truth? You're just going to have to take my word when I tell you that no, the public was not told the entire truth about this story. And the Harvey Weinstein story runs very deep. I can tell you that without flinching. In fact, I pride myself on never believing the media, always investigating things further. But I can admit, I fully fell for the narrative as it pertained to Harvey Weinstein, mostly because, first and foremost, there were just too many women, right? There were too many women that were all saying the exact same thing. Truthfully, I didn't even know why he was in prison or who specifically among the many women that had come out with all of these allegations and accusations against him had been the one, the two, or the three that actually got him into prison. I just knew somewhere in the back of my mind that he had to have done something, because 80 plus women, like I said, is just too many. And by the way, that's kind of the point. It's a very effective media strategy that's been employed by the media since the 1930s. For those of you that are in the book club, in my book club, you know, one of the books that we're reading is Hollywood Babylon. And it really woke me up to the fact that when Hollywood wants to hide something, they flood the media with so much information and so many different possibilities and so many stories that people can't think. The public can't think. Our minds just become cluttered and we just accept whatever it is that they're trying to tell us to accept. I want to say this because this is the craziest part of this. Harvey Weinstein and I are, of course, an extremely unlikely pairing, okay? We have nothing in common virtually. He is emblematic of Hollywood, and I absolutely despise Hollywood, truly. He gave millions of dollars away over his lifetime to the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. I am literally on the ADL's list for being Adolf Hitler as of last year, okay? He also gave to every Democratic presidential nominee, and I'm a committed Republican. So I really want you guys to imagine he and I having conversations over a prison line. I want your imaginations to really run wild with what that conversation might have looked and sounded like. And I want to tell you more about that today. There is so much that I want to tell you about those conversations as we begin to unfold this series. I will. Currently, we're just in a little bit of a legal hold. But suffice it to say that 2 years ago, when we had our first conversation, I was convinced that Harvey Weinstein was guilty of something. And to be clear, Harvey Weinstein is not Justin Baldoni. Okay, when you come down this series, you're not going to be like, Harvey Weinstein's my cousin, kombucha. No, none of that, okay? He's not some puppy who got kicked by a swarm of bullies. Harvey was a bully, who I believe may have stepped on the toes of a bigger bully, a network of bullies, so to speak. Many people forget, but Hollywood was founded upon gangs. And as a part of this investigation into the larger Me Too movement, I have now spoken to actresses, singers, Backstreet Boys, you name it, many of whom believe that the Me Too movement consists of something that's akin to a criminal network. Journalists acting as the hitmen, paid-off law firms, which assist in corporate shakedowns, essentially a cartel of sorts that's operating in plain daylight, using a movement about sexual abuse to wrangle publishing rights and ownership away from certain people. So what do I believe today? Well, we'll get into it also as a part of this series, but I believe Michael Jackson also strongly asserted something similar, said something's going on here in Hollywood. And then he was swiftly met with media allegations, so many allegations, too many allegations of pedophilia, and then a highly publicized trial, criminal trial to that effect. So yeah, I believe the media has been used for longer than we're willing to admit to take down certain people or companies for reasons that are not immediately clear to the public. And regarding Harvey Weinstein, after looking into the case for years, I believe that his New York case was rightfully overturned. And that this time, the public, and I'm now calling on you, TikTokers, citizen journalists, as I start giving you these facts and giving you information that the courts did not allow into the courts, you better pay close attention. Because he's about to be retried, and I will guarantee you that you will be as absolutely shocked as I was. I really do believe that TikTokers, mommy sleuths, it's time to start looking into journalists Megan Twohey, Jodi Cantor, Ronan Farrow, learn a bit about these families, their families. Where did these people come from? Why are they being given Pulitzers? I expect Harvey Weinstein's case in Los Angeles, which he has appealed, is also going to be overturned. And I know that saying all that right now, today, probably sounds insane to you, probably as insane as it sounded a year ago when I said, hey, Brigitte Macron is a biological male. And now many of you are realizing that didn't sound so insane. So trust me, I have the receipts. I would never say such things without receipts. And the receipts here are long and they are dark. And it just points to something really nefarious going on in Hollywood that has tentacles everywhere. And I will say this, in many ways, Harvey made it very easy to take him down because he was undoubtedly, like I said, this is not Justin Baldoni. He was undoubtedly a very immoral man. I want to make that clear. That is one thing that has not shifted my perspective. I'm not like, oh my gosh, Harvey. No, he was an immoral man. He was cheating on his wife. He was screaming at assistants. He was running the peninsula like it was a brothel, okay? Treating journalists like they were scum of the earth. So it is very hard, as it was very hard for me to really just stick to the facts here. It was hard for me to immediately reconcile who this person was with the potential that in the end, and I'm now speaking specifically regarding the crimes for which he was charged for, the reasons that he is in prison. It was hard for me to reconcile in the beginning that he may have been intentionally wrongfully convicted. But next week, I'm going to invite you guys all down the rabbit hole with me in our investigative series, which will be entitled Harvey Speaks. And so what that means for the Hollywood people that are watching this, the PR agents, the celebrities, yeah, you know what I know. A lot of you guys kind of happy he was in prison, gone, couldn't have to think about this guy anymore. But you know, it's a funny thing. When Harvey Weinstein had so much power, so many of you A-listers who laughed and made jokes, first went from calling him God to then throwing him under the bus. I would imagine Harvey Weinstein might have been your first phone call when you yourselves were in trouble. That's why you want him in prison. That's why you never want him to speak. Harvey Weinstein probably knows where a lot of the Hollywood bodies are buried because he probably helped bury them. All I know is that you guys, and I'm talking to you, Hollywood, you guys are on notice.
No, guys, personally, I really cannot wait for this series because what Candace Owens is saying is that Hollywood or, the gang or because she's basically saying Hollywood is a gang. If you know how Hollywood was started, the CIA, the mafia and all of that. So she's saying that Hollywood will literally orchestrate your takedown, and then people on the outside will believe that it's a sincere movement. It's coming from genuine people, genuine women who have experienced, abuse by, individual hands. And she's saying over 80 women have stepped forward to accuse Harvey Weinstein. And she's saying that she has evidence that many of these women are lying. It is just a plot because Harvey Weinstein evidently had something they wanted, and this is how they go about taking down individuals when they want something from them. Again, remember, production company. He was that man. And she used Michael Jackson as reference. And I want to see this because I do believe that Hollywood needs to be exposed. We've heard these stories too often. Even most recently, Liam Payne. Once the artist is going to change the music, change the energy of the industry to something more enlightening, something that would, awaken the people. That artist is taken out. Liam Payne record contract ended. He was going to start over, new music. They took him out and they orchestrated his death in such a way that people believe that Liam Payne actually OD, and he did not. Sloan Bella has revealed that he was taken out using scopolamine, the devil's breath, and she said that we're going to get a breakthrough in his case come April, so I cannot wait for that to happen. And Sloan Bella has been, shedding a lot of light on how these celebrities are taken out in the industry. And you would think that these things that happens, celebrity ODing, these are just accidental events. No, they're all orchestrated and they're all intentional. So whenever you don't have a disposition or a predisposition, what they do, they're going to orchestrate a Me Too movement against you. If it's not a Me Too movement, they're going to say you are hateful towards specific communities, you are a racist, and that's how they orchestrate the takedown of these celebrities whenever they have anything that's powerful, extremely valuable that they want. Again, Michael Jackson. So I cannot wait for her to unveil this series. I'll be tuning in because the media is also at the center of it all. And you guys know that I've been exposing the media, how the media is orchestrated to ruin individuals' image and reputation. I've seen it with them doing it to Ye on so many different occasions, but it's just that I'm really good in catching them in their tracks and keep exposing them. I will, definitely so. So as such, I can't wait to see what Candace Owens unfolds with Hollywood and just expose them. And she's giving 2 names and she's telling people, beware of these journalists because they are the hitmen. They are the media hitmen. They write those it pieces. So I'm going to definitely keep my eyes peeled. What about you guys? Will you be tuning in? Because I know many of you guys, we've seen Harvey Weinstein as someone that's despicable, but irrespective of that, we want to see the plot that they cooked up against him. So leave a comment below. While you're at it, remember, thumbs up, share, subscribe. See you all in the comment section. Peace.